So I had to take a break there for a minute, and it looks like this is not going to be slowing us down enough. I don't remember what the crash tolerance is on those solid fuel boosters, but you know what? I think I'm gonna risk it and just let it land the way it is. Turn SAS back on because we don't want it flipping over once it lands. Speed up to 4 times right before we hit the ground. Right before we hit the ground, settle it back to 1. And yeah, the only thing we lost was that main engine belt, so we can recover all the rest of those parts. And that is awesome. That means we've got a total cost that's a lot lower than it would have been had we actually ejected everything. And we got 48 science for that. And that was for high in the atmosphere. So now we need to get it for while flying at Kerbal. So we're just going to take the same thing. Wait, no. Check our contracts first. And I almost forgot about this. Not the checking. Okay, so those are all Hall of Heat Shield, radial mount. Test the engine while landing. We already have that engine. It's attached. Yeah, so we're going to be using it anyway, so all we have to do is do that. We're not using fleas, and I don't think we can get up to suborbital right now anyway. That would be awesome. But I don't want to, oh, and we can only take 2 contracts still. So, close out of here, but then come over here to the administration building, and we want to do, we can't, yeah. So what I wanted to do was the unpaid research program, but we don't have enough reputation yet. We don't want to sell out our science. We don't want to sell out our reputation. Oh, if we could afford that, I would so do that. 1%. We'll come back to that, because that right there to the milestone gains, that's awesome. So, okay. Let's relaunch this. We're going to keep Valentina in the cockpit. Now, one of the great things about testing this LV-45 liquid-fueled engine is that the test is valid whether it's throttled up or not. So we're going to just throttle it all the way back down just like before, and fire. I think what I want to do this time, oh crap, that's gonna cause us some trouble. Yeah, instant, because we need some gimbaling. Yeah. Eep. So I forgot to hit SAS before we launched, and the rocket decided to go wherever heck it wanted to, and now we're flipping all over the place. On the plus side, we should be able to do some really fun science here while flying at Kerbal. While flying at Kerbal. Let's see if we can't head upwards. Observe. Observe. And I'm having to fight it every step of the way. Observe. Observe, and we're out of fuel, so we're just gonna come around here to the other side. On the plus side, this is pretty much exactly what we wanted to get the science from. So, yeah. And let's do, oh, crap. So the next time, I want to check the staging. Turn off SAS, let the parachute spill us back, get the crew report, and all of the modules are used. So time accelerate to just above 1,000 meters. So the altimeter always, unless you get one of the mods that changes it, always has you above mean sea level, which is great for us right now. We know the parachutes are going to deploy, but the parachutes deploy at a specific height above ground level, not above mean sea level. So when you're over like a 2-kilometer mountain, they'll deploy at 3 kilometers, versus when you're over the ocean, they'll deploy at 1,000 meters, which is great if you're over the ocean because the altimeter tells you exactly when you can turn them on. But if you're over a mountain, not so much. You kind of have to guess when the best time to deploy them is. Now, obviously, you can deploy them whenever they're gray or green. Well, green is they're already deployed and working okay. But if they're orange or red, you don't want to deploy them because they'll rip off from aerodynamic stresses and heating. But if you're over a mountain and that mountain is 3 kilometers tall, you may not know exactly when to deploy the parachutes or when they're going to open, so you can measure your descent speed to figure out if you need to separate a stage or not. And there we are, splash down. Go ahead and recover that. We got met that achievement, so that'll open a new contract for us. And we got all of those flying at Kerbal science experiments for another 34, almost 35 science, and it didn't cost us that much. It's 10,242. What was our initial cost? I mean, it's more than we wanted to spend, but 10,242. So we lost 3,600 funds, and that's okay. Let's see if we can't make this thing go to space. Oh, I saw a contract for the Flea. I think I saw a contract for the Flea. And the Flea is that tiny little solid rocket booster. What was that? Oh, suborbital. Oh, here we go. Something else that's interesting about the contract, right? If it says test such and such a part, and you don't have access to that part already, it will temporarily give you access to that part. Now, the BACC Thumper Solid Fuel Booster, that is an awesome fuel booster for this stage of play. So we're going to go ahead and take that, and we're going to strap 2 of those puppies onto the sides here to, well, 1 to satisfy the contract, and 2, maybe these together will help get us to space. Let's see. Set the thrust limiter to 25. Oh, can I separate them? No. Okay, so not 2 of them. Just 1 of them. Set it to 50 on the thrust limiter. Oh, and we want to be able to separate it. Yeah, we do, because we're not gonna try to recover that. We are, however, going to get rid of this separator because we don't need that. We can survive with just landing on that engine bell. And hopefully this will get us to space. Now, space is only 70,000 meters, and with the wasted delta V from the other solid fuel boosters, this is not in the right sequence. With that, and then we want to separate and fire at the same time. So that should be the solid fuel booster, separator, and then the engine. Yep. Okay, here we go. SAS is on. Valentina's in the cockpit. Let's go. Let's see. And oh, that did not give us enough thrust to weight ratio, 50. So we may not get off the launch pad, and that would well, that would certainly suck. But you know what? I don't think we did the... Oh, we did. Oh no, it says we're flying. So let's yeah. We need to reset that thrust limiter to probably 70 or 75%. You don't want to set it too high because again, those aerodynamic effects will come into play, wasting your fuel, breaking the sound barrier. And I know I explained it earlier, but I don't think I made a whole lot of sense. As you're flying upward, as you're accelerating upwards, there is a point at which the air resistance becomes so great that if you were going down, you would cease to accelerate due to the force of gravity. It's about 9.8 meters per second squared. If you're going up at that same rate, that is your maximum fuel efficiency. Anything faster than that, and you're pushing the air out of your way too fast. So yeah. Okay. We'll be back in a minute.